Welcome to Mafia, a new podcast telling stories of America's criminal underworld.
Gotti assumed the position of head of the Gambino family.
And using the name Donnie Brasco, I was able to infiltrate the Bonanno crime family in New York City.
Bugsy Siegel is an American mob legend.
One man changed the whole texture and landscape of crime in America.
Listen to Mafia every Wednesday on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your favorite shows.
And the little girl who is scared and dying of cancer says, "Do you think Jesus is with me?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm sure he's with you. That's why he watched you get sick and lose your hair and be in pain. And if he was anyone else, we would have to use his own cruelty against him to properly punish him for his behavior. But we've given him special moral exemption, so it's totally fine. He's just sitting there watching this bald, scared, frightened, dying little girl, but oh, I'm sure
God-awful movies.
Welcome back to the GAMcast, where each week we sample another selection from Christian cinema because we want to make sure that dying is better than something. I'm your host, Noah Lugeons, and sitting to my immediate left is my good friend Heath Enwright. Heath, welcome back.
Thank you, sir. You think Eli's going to have a piece of food inside of him this time?
Well, let's find out. And sitting 989 miles to my right is my bad friend Eli Bosnick. Eli, how goes it?
Well, now I no longer have a piece of food inside me. Now I'm just holding a carrot.
I thought, for a vegetarian, you get an awful lot of meatballs stuck inside of you, but,
That's true. Doesn't count if you don't eat it. Peter Singer said. Well, mostly he said, get away from me, but it's fine. It's a long story. I'm not allowed within 50 feet of Peter Singer.
Yeah, well, we've all got one reason or another.
Or the meatball store.
So tell us, Heath, what are we going to be breaking down today?
All right. We watched Miracles from Heaven. And I'm already noticing that a lot of my notes look a lot different than the ones you guys have. But as I remember it, the movie is a beautiful love story about the interracial same-sex relationship between Jennifer Garner and Queen Latifah. Is that also a little girl had cancer or something?
Something like that, yeah.
Oh, wait, did she? Who had cancer?
Stomach.
Somebody had cancer. Or stomach something.
Yeah, more or less.
I want your movie.
And Eli, how bad was the one we actually watched?
I hated this movie. This movie, because here's the thing. This movie's the stupid religious part, meh to the religious part. But the main message of this movie is that doctors don't know anything, and you need to show up their office and be like, "Excuse me, my child's sick. I need you to cure him." And coming from a family filled to the brim with brilliant doctors, I could not think of a meaner prank to pull on the medical practitioners in my family than to create this movie. There's no worse effect you could put out into the world that directly relates to doctors and what they do than this film, which is just like, you say to him, "No, sir, I need a doctor. I need one now." That's fine. I'm finishing my 75-hour shift. Let me go back in and check on your asthmatic daughter again because you saw Miracles from Heaven.
Well, yeah, I told Heath before we started recording, I said, I have a feeling this movie's going to piss Eli off, kind of like the last one pissed me off.
Yes,
so.
This is my matter of faith. This is my matter of faith.
So now, of course, I actually kind of want to start on an uncharacteristically positive note. How awesome is Jennifer Garner? All right,
yeah,
she's the star of this movie, and she literally could not have been handed a stupider script, but she fucking nailed it.
Yeah.
She was like, it was like if Anthony Hopkins showed up in the middle of If Footmen Tire You. It was so bizarre to see such good acting around this stupid fucking script.
But, and I will say this, she holds up physically about as well as the Austin Powers movies. She's not, she looks like, if you told me Carrot Top just stole Jennifer Garner's hair, I'd be like, I see it. The identical, do a face comparison. Today, Jennifer Garner, Carrot Top, same person.
I thought she looked incredibly hot, but then I kind of feel the same way about Carrot Top, so that could be. Now, honestly, though, that's probably the last positive thing I'll have to say, because the entire time that this movie was playing, I was fully aware that in the theater next to us they were playing Deadpool. And I still haven't seen
really
that.
Really wanted to hop in.
Oh my God. It was just like, it was 40 yards away. I could have been watching something that didn't suck, but instead I was watching Miracles from Heaven. And I also want to say, like, the chick that took that gave me the ticket or whatever was super fucking flirtatious and everything until I said Miracles from Heaven. She's like, oh, never mind. And I was like, damn, now I really like you.
You just made it worse better.
Yeah, exactly. Also, and because this was our second field trip in 3 weeks, I just wanted to point out, because the prudes we were watching this movie with were fucking hilarious. Like, even during the previews, because there's a preview for the movie Pets that shows shows all the pets rocking out to heavy metal at the end, and the prudes did not approve. And then the very next preview was for Ratchet and Clank, and the tagline was something about kick some asteroid, and the prudes did not approve. So, wholly inappropriate for a cartoon. Thank you very much.
See, my theater, I thought I was going to get another empty theater because I saw this at 2 o'clock on a Wednesday, but my theater was me and a Mexican family who decided to have a full volume conversation about anything except this movie throughout the film. Now, I don't blame them, and I didn't care because the movie was terrible, but I imagine that their process for going to see this movie was like, you know what? We really need to work this out. We need to have a family meeting and talk this through. Where do you guys want to do it? How about a movie theater with a white guy with 2 slushies? Let's do it. Don't give me one for free if you don't want me to have them both. Buy one, get one free.
Well, I think we've kept the audience salivating in anticipation over this masterpiece for almost long enough, so I guess we'll pause for a quick break, and when we come back, we'll dive headfirst into all the not even interesting coincidences that are Miracles from Heaven. Coming from PureFlix Entertainment in 2017, what if you believed in holy miracles from Christmas angels of faith in Jesus of Nazareth on the cross from the makers of Miracles from Heaven and Heaven is for Real comes a movie about hope.
Sir, I'm sorry to say, but your boy has a very serious illness.
Damn it, man. Just do the operation.
A story of life.
All right, well, your son is safe, but he died on the operating table. Well, he didn't actually die. When you die, you just die, but his brain stopped braining for a second, and we were all like, fuck, man, you know?
A story of miracles.
Honey, I'm so glad you're better.
Daddy, can I tell you something?
Of course, honey.
When I died, I went to heaven and saw Jesus.
Oh my goodness, that's so wonderful.
And he can suck a cock.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, seriously, like, I don't know how many tongues he has, but like, sometimes it was in between his tits and sometimes it was in his mouth, but it was just like a wet, sloppy vessel of pleasure.
Okay, honey, maybe try to rest or something.
And there was this lady named Sasha Grey there, and she fed me bacon while she worked my asshole like she was trying to start a goddamn lawnmower.
Holy shit, Timmy.
Coming summer 2018.
My scream came, Dad. I'm not sure if the screaming or the coming made me black out, but if you've never had a 3-tongued Jesus work your shaft while liquid cheese gets pumped into every hole you have that can taste, I really can't describe it.
What did you expect from heaven?
You can fit your fist in there. It's about breathing.
And we're back for the breakdown, and this movie is going to open up by telling us that what we're about to see are real events, which, as we'll soon learn, doesn't really mean, I mean, there were people. That's pretty much all that is saying.
Yeah, I wrote in my notes, the moment I saw that, I wrote in my notes, what you're about to see is based on real events. Sure isn't. Yeah. Sure isn't.
And then we get Jennifer Garner, and as good as she was acting-wise, the southern accent always fucks everybody up, apparently.
It's I wrote in my notes, I'm already done with the accent, yeah. Jennifer Garner, I'm already done.
She says, when I was growing up, people didn't talk about miracles, and I wrote, I'm guessing words had a 2-syllable limit at your house, so miracles, no, it was mostly talking about possum grilling and whatnot. And then we get the dictionary definition of miracles.
And I wrote, great, a book report.
Miracle.
A lazy book report,
yeah, right.
Not a good. Where the Red Fern Grows by Jennifer Garner.
Gotcha. So they define miracle at the beginning. That was nice. I was actually getting coffee at the beginning, and I didn't see this intro part, so I was pretty much lost the entire movie. I could have used that miracle definition.
It's like missing the...
Excuse me, what's a miracle? Excuse me, what is a miracle?
God, they haven't even done that part yet. Actually, because we were running a little late, Heath had to drop me off first, and they ran and grabbed a coffee and came back, and by the time the movie starts, I'm like, that motherfucker ditched me. Like, I appreciate that. That's fucking hilarious that he did that, but god damn it, he fucking ditched me. And then he shows up. I was like, oh, well, that's...
He went to see Deadpool.
Yeah,
I know it.
Right.
What are you talking about? It was great. Miracles from... Oh, I went to the wrong thing. I wondered when Jennifer Garner was going to show up.
That's cool. I'm just going to drop you off for these from now on. I'm just going to drop you off.
So then we cut to a couple of little girls all playing outside, rolling in a tire together.
Right. Good old-fashioned family-ing.
Yeah, right. And the one... I love, like, right away, this movie starts off with one girl going, that sucks, and another girl goes, you're going to go to hell for swearing over sucks. And then they all argue over who's going to go to hell.
Right. Well, because they're not going to go to hell because hell's in California.
Apparently.
Their crazy friend thinks that hell is in California, and at no point does mom go, oh, guys, hell's not real. She's just like, hell in California. No. It's underground or wherever we think it is. It's filled with, it's a lake of fire. Guys, read the Bible. Come on, don't, California.
Well, and then mom goes, like, she comes out, she's like, none of you are going to hell. And then she looks at him and goes, unless you get your Sunday dresses dirty. I'm like, really, mom? You think you're pulling out the hell threats over dirty clothes?
Pick your battles.
There have been like 4 playful hell threats, and we're 1 minute into this fucking movie.
Right. And then this movie, I worried for a second that this movie was a truck commercial. Because then we turn and we see Dad baling hay and like, get the I was just like,
with
grab
horses,
a board. Yeah. Is that what's going to like...
Yeah, and Dad, we learn right away, is too country to change shirts indoors.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, so... Did he bring a dress shirt outside with him just so he could do the cowboy shirt change thing? Like, he had to set that up.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, time to go to church. All right, let me just, get shirtless right now. He's that guy who constantly finds a way to be shirtless for no reason. Let's play shirts and skins. I'll be skins. No, we're just playing one-on-one. Relax.
We're playing.
I know you're not on my team.
There's really no need. I know who's who. I'm me, and then you're you. I have man boobs. We're not doing that. We're absolutely not. Yeah, I think I speak for all the fat people. We fucking hate you and your entire kind, the guys who pop their shirt.
Fuck you, personal trainer Russell Crowe.
Yeah, exactly. The Cody Hatch of rednecks. So, like, the three of us will find that really funny.
He's somebody we know who does that.
Yeah. And, of course, we get the uncomfortable Christian movie kiss in the opening scene, so already rocking the bingo card out.
Yeah, this movie was going for the all square of Christian movie bingo. It wanted someone to win a jackpot.
I guess. Boy, did it fill the card out quick. Okay, so now we're at church, so another check on there, and we get sermon number 1. But before we do, we get some country music.
Oh, yeah, we do. I had, my music note here is Soul on Fire. This is my jam. I love it. Can't believe these guys booked Third Day for their soundtrack. Got them to perform
I wrote
live.
in my notes, man, these Christians know how to rock. Maybe Christian is great after all. Fuck you, movie. Fuck you.
I wrote all the fun of church plus a country music garage band. Holy shit. So, and as if that wasn't bad enough, then the pastor steps up.
Who's hilarious, by the way.
He's a prop comedy preacher.
He's pretty wacky.
And he brought a helmet with him to church. How would we envision a helmet if he hadn't gotten one out?
Right.
And shown us. He wore a helmet.
And
he's brilliant. He's the Bill Hicks of preachers. He's the next Kinnison. Give that guy a movie.
Oh, shit. Yeah, so the theme of his sermon is no pain, no gain, because I guess Get Her Done was copyrighted. And and the way he demonstrates the need for faith is by putting on a helmet and opening an umbrella.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. You guys ever open an umbrella and it's flipped up instead of down?
Hilarious.
Well, that happens. So funny. Oh, that would catch the rain. And, they were indoors. It doesn't even make any sense. It's so funny. Umbrella.
But then he gets serious and reminds everybody that, hey, guys, just keep in mind we're in a cult.
Yeah.
And I wrote in my notes here, oh yeah, fall off a motorcycle covered in faith. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, right, exactly. Can't even keep you dry in a rainstorm.
Yeah,
but
sorry to interrupt you. He actually says faith is the only insurance policy, the real insurance policy. In order to set up a movie about a little girl who would have received no medical treatment for her terribly painful disease we're about to find out, if not for her parents' medical insurance policy.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, the message of the sermon is even if you're wearing a helmet, God can still give your kid stomach dying disease. And then we cut to the picnic, the after-church picnic over at the family that we just met's house, where we learn that Dad just opened the area's biggest mixed animal clinic. And I don't think the Bible approves of mixing animals, does it?
Yeah.
He's cloning some cow fetuses because the veal's better or something.
Yeah, sounds evil.
And at this point, there are no stereotypes this movie won't hit. They've just got barbecues and prayer and children and tire swings and all this shit. I wrote in my notes, music to hit your 17-year-old pregnant girlfriend to.
Oh, God.
Gotta wind back.
And we also learn, and again, this is probably on the goddamn Christian movie bingo card, we learn that Dad mortgaged the house to pay for his startup business, which is fucking stupid. I'm sorry, okay, if you're a vet and you've got a veterinary degree, you don't mortgage your goddamn house to open the biggest fucking mixed animal clinic. You start with a little small one, and as it gets big, you get bigger. I mean, what the fuck are you got a giant farm. You can just do your shit out of your back fucking yard. But anyway, like every dad in every Christian movie, he's financially irresponsible, and that's going to be a major theme of this film.
Yeah.
And so then later so now we get Mom tucking the kids into bed, and apparently they have a habit of, like, Mom goes around and everybody shares a prayer before they get tucked in.
And the first one she does this to is the 13-year-old, and she's like, do you have a prayer to share? And she's like, Mom, I'm 13. I'm done with religion. And she's like, do it! And she's like, soccer? Soccer. I pray for soccer. And she's like, good. God cares about soccer. That will be
my only characteristic throughout this film, by the way. I play soccer.
Oh, all of the kids in this movie were invented by the people who do that Extreme Home Makeover show, where they're like, hey, we heard you like horses. We've turned your room into a horse, and everything's covered in horses. That's these children. Like, there's the kid who likes soccer, and then the one who's going to get sick likes Paris.
Yep.
And then the little one wants to be big.
Right. She wants to be Taylor Swift.
Oh, right.
By the way, did you guys see that life-sized Alex Morgan poster on the wall?
I beat off to that. Yes, I did.
I have a very similar action figure, actually.
Yeah. Same size and everything.
Sticks to my wall sometimes, too.
And also, so they go to the second or the third daughter or whatever, and she's the one who's like, she says, oh, I want to go to Paris someday. And I wrote, oh, she's the one that's going to die, isn't it? And she's got plans, so.
See, I wrote in my notes, you don't get to go to Paris, you little hick shit. Paris is for nice people. People like me. You go to Paris, Texas. You go to the Epcot Center and see what Paris looks like through the eyes of an anti-Semite. You don't get to go to real Paris.
I wrote, I hope this little girl gets cancer. Oh, wait, no, she likes dogs. I retract.
Yeah.
She does like dogs. So
the prayer she
totally
shared was
flipped it on me.
Yet another dog. And then we cut to later that night where she's all pukey.
Yeah, and I wrote in my notes, vomiting little girl. I don't have anything to jerk off to in this theater. Come on, they gotta get. I had to use my sock. The Mexican family was very disapproving at this point, by the way. They switched over to Spanish. I think they were talking about me.
That's why they gave you that second slushie, bro. That's what the second slushie was for.
That's right.
And they show us so much more little girl vomiting than we actually need to see.
Yes.
Like
Strong disagree. Strong disagree.
So now we're going to see the doctor. This is actually their third doctor that they've gone to see because no one can figure out what's wrong with their daughter. And this is the first time of many that we learn in this movie that doctors don't give a fuck about human beings. They just want you to get the fuck out of there real quick.
Oh, they hate children and their patients. They hate them.
Oh, yes.
That's why they're there at the hospital at 4 a.m. and this guy who's probably been working a 12-hour shift is like, here's what we think's wrong with your daughter after running several tests that you couldn't explain if I held a gun to your head. And she's like, but you're kind of frowny. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I frowny? I haven't slept in 8 years. I can see time and hear space. Let me be more cheerful to your daughter.
Well, and the doctor goes, yeah, we believe that she's lactose intolerant. And Mom freaks out. Lactose intolerant? Fuck you, you bastard. She's got something worse than that.
And I wrote in my notes, I'm really glad this movie is focused on my struggle because I too cannot digest dairy. And I just feel like now is the time for us to get our movie. Because like, sometimes there's pizza and I can't unless I have a lactase. Like I can't unless I have a lactase.
But her reaction to this doctor is so inappropriate. Yeah, she's like, you're lactose intolerant. You're the one who can't digest milk sugars. Doctors are all just guessing at stuff. I have a pastor for that. I don't need you to guess at stuff for me.
So then we cut to the dinner that night where they're all, thinking that she's lactose intolerant and learning that she can't have pizza. So they all decide to give up pizza together. And I just want to say it is horribly unfair because one of the little girls is like 5 years old or whatever. And they're like, you don't get to ever eat pizza anymore. She's like, why? And they're like, because God. And the little girl's like, and they're like, come on, little bitch. Come on. You're going to hold out and eat pizza? What about your dying sister? Okay, fine. Yeah. I won't eat pizza too.
Right. Because there's never any resentment when one of the kids in the family is sick. No way to increase that by being like, and you can't have your favorite food.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And she does not want to give up that legendary Burleson, Texas pizza that they're having.
Yeah, we see it at the end.
We ran out to tomato sauce, but we got ketchup.
Yeah, exactly.
You have any idea how many string cheeses I had to split apart to make this pizza? Ungrateful son of a bitch.
And I guess now the stomach dying disease has gotten so bad that she's waking up in the middle of the night, and they're going to have to take her to the ER.
Right, and an alien is about to burst out of this child. I wrote in my notes, has your child has any experience with a face hugger? Do you see H.R. Giger walking around your apartment by any chance?
Would have been a way better turn for the movie, but instead, the doctor at the ER says she has acid reflux, to which Mom once again freaks out. Acid reflux? You fucking Jew! I'll tear out your goddamn eyes and strangle you with the optic nerves. She doesn't have fucking acid reflux. He's like, okay, I'll run some more tests, crazy lady in the fucking middle of the ER. And again, and this is reinforced throughout the movie, like, this is a bitchy mother that was mean to doctors that were trying to help her daughter, who then wrote a book about how her bitchery saved her daughter. And this is how she creates that, right? Like, her daughter had a very rare condition that's easy to overlook because it's like 1 in a million kind of thing, and it's much more common that these problems are going to be acid reflux or lactose intolerance or something like that. So yes, some doctors got it wrong, but that's how this shit works, you know? Doctors don't have fucking crystal balls that they run into. Watch goddamn House a time or two. It's not just, you don't tap on the part of the body that hurts and then it tells you what's wrong with it.
Yeah, they got Zach Braff and Jennifer Garner was like, absolutely not. Get me Dr. Cox right now. Or at least somebody older with like a physical disability or something. You gotta have a cane or something.
Yeah, right.
To be a good doctor.
Exactly.
That's the rules.
Yell at the people who went to school for what you're talking about, this movie.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. And of course, we also have to, when the doctor agrees to do more tests, we have to see him roll his eyes like, stupid bitch. Wants your fucking daughter to not be screaming.
A good doctor would have been like, I wonder if your daughter, this 9-year-old who's got a tummy aches, intestines don't work.
Right.
Let me do a quick test for that, which we found out through surgery.
Yeah. So now we get they bring in the old pro doctor, I guess, and they tell him
he's Jewish.
Yeah, well, right, and that's the important thing. They got themselves a good Jewish doctor. But he tells them that they're going to need to take the girl into surgery right away. And so then they nose rape her with a tube.
Right, and this was the first moment of me being like, oh, fuck you, movie. Because there's this very much like, ooh, scary tubes and holding down. Mean doctors, why don't you cure her with kisses and cuddles?
Right.
Bad doctors,
yes.
bad. And it's like, oh, yeah, they're just getting their fucking kicks on Route 66 by shoving a tube down a little girl's nose. They're saving her life. It's a goddamn miracle. I'm sorry that we don't have a Cuddletron that reactivates your goddamn intestines and inserts nutrients into your child. Oh, does it ouchie in the nose?
And that's how they sold this scene. Like, oh my God, these doctors are so cruel. Like, they don't seem to give a shit about the family at all. And it's like, they have minutes to save this fucking girl's life according to this fucking shit. So yeah.
Right. And by the way, when they first tell the family that that Anna has intestinal motility disorder. That's the name of this thing. Mom turns to the cowboy husband and says, "What's that, Kevin? Tell me." And he's like, "Yeah, I think you interrupted the medical doctor. He's probably about to tell us." She's like, "Tell me." And then Kevin answers correctly. The cowboy guy, he explains intestinal motility disorder to his wife.
A vet.
Right there.
He's a vet.
Right.
So
she would rather hear it from a vet than a human doctor, I guess. So also we get a little cut to the waiting room where we get to see the wacky pastor again, who apparently isn't very good at Angry Birds, guys. He just can't get past that fourth level. Oh, my God.
Okay, movie, you got me back. I'm back in. But I better see some more of this pastor before I hear about your anti-science. Doctors are all bad people. Movie, but you got to use the yellow. But he didn't even know which bird breaks apart.
I know it. It was hilarious. Anyway, so the doctor, tells him, that gives him the kind of the daughter's gonna die speech, and recommends the country's best pediatric gastroenterologist in Boston. And I wrote in my notes, I bet God still gets credit though.
Yep. Yeah. I wrote in my notes, we cleared the barrel thing. Miracles from doctors? Nope, never mind.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
when he
exactly.
says her body can't process through, I wrote, okay, lemon law, 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Take this one back
broken.
To the stork.
Yeah.
The theme of this whole thing is like, science doesn't know sometimes. Now we're tied for a minute. We're tied.
Science and religion are the same in this instance.
Right.
So then we get the whole dealing with the illness series of scenes. We open up on a big pill chart that mom keeps for when the little girl and I get it, it's very difficult, but the mom says later what the daughter's pills are, and it's the same thing every day. So why would you need a whole calendar? Wouldn't you just need the times of day
7 days
that
worth
she
of the same
needs?
thing.
Yeah, exactly. But she has
Jennifer Garner's not bright.
No, apparently
no one ever
not.
taught her the definition of miracles. She had to look it up in the dictionary.
Yeah, right, exactly. And then we get more nose rape because apparently the girl is the disease she has or whatever. She has to be fed through a tube or whatever. And
your kid would be dead without that fucking tube. But let's focus on how icky and painful it is.
Well, right. I'm writing in my notes wow, way to extend this little girl's life, modern science. If it weren't for this tube, she'd be dead by now. But instead,
quick, slam her head against the kitchen table.
Yeah, right. But instead of focusing on that, yes, it's all about, she doesn't like having a tube pulled out of her nose. She probably doesn't like dying either. I'm just guessing that's worse.
Yeah, I was hoping the big sister would guilt the whole family into nose tube eating for the rest of the week. But they didn't have. Very disappointing.
We can't have pizza and everybody has to get a nose tube.
It's a shitty family.
So then we cut, so the little girl's trying on her pants and none of them fit because her stomach is all swollen. And the little girl turns to mom and she says, "Mom, why do you think God hasn't healed me?" Which is in all of our notes, followed by something to the tune of, "Great example of why you shouldn't give kids religion."
Ooh, tough one. Did you sin recently?
Question.
You're a shitty kid sometimes. Maybe you sinned.
But mom's real answer is "I don't know, but I know he's only torturing you because he loves you."
Right. And I wrote, or does he? Because he could love her and not swell her up like a beach ball. We could try that. This is the first of many times that this movie becomes, I stopped punching you. Oh, thank you so much, God, the movie.
Right. Right.
Look at the generous way in which he stopped twisting my nipples. Praise be.
And then, we show her at school just so that we can see that Anna can't join in any non-tubal feeding games. And then, we meet little boyfriend kid that wants to go to the library with her. Aw, that's sweet. And then we cut to mom who's on the phone desperating in her effort to get her in to see this specialist in Boston.
And this scene is basically, hey, I've been harassing this already overworked doctor, and I'd like you to harass him with me.
Yeah, basically, yes. Yes, because she calls
and the doctor's like, I've already called him 3 times. And I have to say, this is going to come back, but okay, I come from a family of doctors, but one doctor specifically in the family, my first cousin, is the best fertility expert in the world. She's the one who just did the first ever uterus transplant. She works at the Cleveland Clinic. She's brilliant, and this is her life. Her life is people literally looking her up on Google. She had to take her address off of her thing because people showed up at her house to ask her for help. She never is home. She's walked out of dinners during Thanksgiving because people like didn't eat the food they were supposed to be. I actually live with one of the best doctors ever in my life, and they're constantly haunted by people who are like, hey, I was just wondering if you wouldn't mind making 7 more phone calls. And she's like, oh, look, my cell phone. You know what, honey? I'll blow out your birthday candles in a fucking second.
Right, exactly. But instead, this movie presents it as, ma'am, you're on the waiting list. Just fuck off with your dying child.
Right.
Yeah. First of all, why is this doctor? This doctor then goes on to explain how the waiting list works. Why would you explain the mechanism of a terminal child waiting list to somebody? And why is this woman confused about the mechanism of a terminal child
Well, this is the greatest moment in the movie, and I'm glad to see that I wasn't the only one who laughed, because she goes, well, when will space open up? She goes, well, when someone doesn't need it anymore. And she goes, you mean when they're all cured?
Yes. and Heath laughed out loud. And
as did I.
Almost got kicked out of the
theater.
Yeah,
I was you weren't in a full fucking theater full of Christian Southerners or whatever when you did it. I was just like, I'm glad we're sitting 2 seats away. Maybe they won't know I'm with him.
Yeah. The mom goes, oh, there's a waiting list. When's the next slot going to open up? You guys are curing all the cancer, right? And the doctor's like, no. I'm going to send you a list of kids we're treating. You're rooting for these children to die that I'm going to send you. I'm an atheist.
Get to praying. And then
Come on, Timmy from Alberta. Come on, Timmy from Alberta.
This kid looks skinny. He can't make it much longer. And then mom goes outside to yell at God so that we can get our,
check.
Yeah, exactly. Our fucking Christian movie bingo card filled out.
I don't understand medicine, the movie.
God, Jesus.
I laughed in my movie, but my Spanish family was too busy playing Settlers of Catan or whatever the fuck they were fighting over, so they didn't care.
And then, we get dad bringing her home a dog, even though they already have like 4 dogs. And then, of course, mom's rightfully pissed about placating the dying kid with another dog. She's like, look, that dog's going to outlive her by years.
Also, tiny thing, but she's like, it's a terrier. Terriers are French. And I wrote in my notes, terriers aren't French, you plebe.
Terrier.
Fucking English. Just because it ends in ER doesn't make it French, you peasant.
Detroit is a city in France. And also, mom throws this out. She goes, we don't have a savings account, but we have 5 dogs. And I'm like, you don't have a fucking savings account? You have 3 kids. Like, bad parenting decisions, the movie.
Yeah, and dad's like, honey, I know we don't have a savings account, but we've got a basement full of Jim Baker's food buckets. They're going to be worth a fortune any day now. Plus, I got my sick animal thing. It's a good laugh, Christy Beam. It's a
good laugh, Chris. He says that so many times through the movie. I was like, shove his nose through his brain. Do it. Also, I know this is just a movie thing, but I have never actually seen back-to-back bathrooms where there's like 2 sinks and you both have your own sink in real life. What is that for? Because I didn't want to think about this movie, I spent the next 20 minutes of this movie being like, what are the benefits of back-to-back sinks? Like, how hard is it to share a sink that you're like, whole nother sink?
I envy you, honestly, if you've never had to worry about that, and you live with your fiance. I envy you.
No, what's it for? Because we share a sink. We share a sink, and I've never. What is that back to back?
My wife uses a sink for about 21 hours a day.
I know.
I have a sink all to myself, and I don't have much sex, and it's a great deal. Pretty much never get laid. Own sink.
All kind of perks that come with
Great.
that. And then now we're back at church for sermon number 2, and we only get a tiny little snippet of it. But the theme of this sermon from the snippet we get is, if shit goes wrong in your life, it's your fault. You're the bad guys in Job.
Yeah, I wrote, have you sinned? Maybe that's why your daughter can't eat or shit or whatever. Who cares?
Oh, okay. So, but like we get that from the pastor, and then we get the mean lady that comes up to Jennifer Garner afterwards and actually directly makes that accusation.
Right, but it's like this terrible thing. Like the preacher has just said this, and then she's like, maybe somebody's sins are preventing the healing, and she's like, oh, I can't believe you. And the movie's like, oh, can you believe that she would say that? Oh, and it was like, because she heard the sermon that was just being delivered and made logical steps from there.
Well, that's right. I said, like, she just said the exact same thing the preacher said, only he wasn't speaking directly only to you.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah. The pastor's saying, bad things are your fault and good things are God's fault. So
right.
I don't want to say that Anna's evil per se. And this lady's like, she's evil, all right. How come she's still dying of the sugars? And it's not clear right away she's supposed to be she might be a good guy at this point in the movie.
It seems like the message the movie was sending, actually. So then
also, to distract myself at this point, I was just like, Jennifer Garner's like in reach for me to fuck. Like, I feel like if I did the right card tricks, I could get there. She's not Elektra anymore. That's what I'm saying. She's not Elektra anymore.
It'd certainly be worth
She looks like
out.
a pop-up for Moms Need to Get Fucked. Those are nice pop-ups.
Women love magic. Go ahead. Make it happen.
So then we cut to Mom and Dad fighting after church, where Mom decides she's never going back to that damn church again because of that mean old lady, which is, I guess, great. However it comes, it's good.
Because this needs to set up that faith is going to turn out to be what saves her in the end. And I wrote in my notes, this is a movie about someone who won the lottery to prove the lottery is always a good idea.
Exactly. In so many fucking ways. Yeah, but so Mom's angry, so she's going to take the little kids shopping. And then apparently, I guess that night, she decides that fuck the doctor and the waiting list. She's going to take her kid to Boston anyway.
Yeah, Mom's plan is we're going to go to Boston to the children's hospital and cut the line.
Yes.
The dying kids line. We're going to cut the dying kids line.
Right.
That's the plan.
So then we go to Boston, and she goes to the clinic, and this scene just upset me in so many fucking ways, because the way this movie is supposed to is trying to set this up is, look at this concerned mother who's willing to do anything for her kid, and the way I'm seeing is, look at this poor receptionist who has to deal with this mother who's putting her in this incredibly uncomfortable position just because she's a bitch that doesn't understand how lists work.
Yeah, this is why we need death panels. It's important. This would have solved everything.
This was pre-Obama.
Thanks,
care,
Obama.
Yeah. The doctor can't see you without an appointment because he's seeing other people.
Right. Right. It's not like he's in there whacking off to porn or anything.
Exactly. Oh, he's golfing.
Yeah.
Right. But Mom goes up to the front of his line and starts yelling at his receptionist, and then she starts yelling at the other sick kids, like, do you take flazopine mid-morning? Like, what's that kid got? Leukemia? Stage 1, maybe. What's your white cell count? He's got 6 months. He's got 6 months easy. Are you fucking kidding me? What kind of cosmetic children's hospital is this?
Also, like, she says at one point, she's like, oh, the doctors tell me it was just lactose intolerance or acid reflux, but I'm her mother. I just know. And I'm like, yeah, Jenny McCarthy, you just fucking know. Like, star child. I get it.
Anna, vomit on the table for everyone. Vomit right now. Look at that. Green vomit. Front of the line.
There's even a hint at how hard this doctor works in this scene, because she says, well, office hours start at 7. And that's like, oh, okay, so that guy wakes up at fucking 4 a.m. to be there at 5 to do all his pre-paperwork for the line of people, and you're just like, can't he just squeeze us in? And it's like, no, he can't squeeze you in. He just eats whatever Grubhub gets ordered by the office, shoves it into his face when someone's not in the room, and then plasters a smile onto the next dying child, you selfish, evil, self-concerned bitch.
Right, but according to this movie, that receptionist is just following orders like a Nazi.
Right.
Oh my God. So she leaves the fucking clinic all depressed because they wouldn't, like, let some other kid die for her kid. And that's where we meet the magical black woman.
Yeah.
Queen Latifah.
Yeah.
Queen Latifah.
What the fuck she was doing in this movie, I cannot imagine.
They needed 90 minutes.
I guess, yes. So they're at dinner, and Anna accidentally spills her drink, and the evil waiter's an asshole about it, but
Stupid cracker waiter.
but luckily, Queen Latifah, the magic black lady, comes in, and she decides to take over by wiping up the tea that's on the fucking tablecloth that was going to get washed that night anyway.
Yeah, and then immediately sits down at the table with him.
That's
which is
weird.
a bold move.
Very weird.
Very bold move. But Jennifer Garner likes an aggressive woman, so it led to some fun scene. Or I forgot to cross off some of my notes, but it led to some fun notes.
I've got to say, honestly, I did not get the impression that that mom was comfortable around the blacks.
At no point does she go, we're just alike. Every point at which they interact in this movie, Jennifer Garner is like, oh, silly colored. What do I call you? Is it colored? I don't know. You have the NAACP, and that's a colored.
Colored American, I believe.
Right.
So she just sits down at their table and offers to take them on a tour of Boston the next day. I'm like, that's really weird. You get hacked up and killed at the end of that tour, don't you?
Right. And she's like, Boston's a great city, and fuck Boston. Fuck Boston. Boston's a shithole city. Your sports teams fuck their mothers.
Yes.
Your cops are cowards.
Yes.
And your 9/11 was two teenagers with a pressure cooker full of firecrackers. Go fuck yourself.
I wasn't going to go quite that far with my Boston shit talk, but okay. So,
Eli went to the finish line with it.
So now,
all the way. Never give up.
Oh, shit. We need to take a minute on that one. Let everybody
I'm not
catch up.
sorry. I was
good
there in
shit.
2003.
And then we...
Too soon? 3 hours? 3.5?
Yeah.
And then we ramp up the racism to Nazi propaganda levels with the touring Boston scene with Queen Latifah.
Queen Latifah might as well have blackface on her black face at this point. It's
right.
horrible.
It's so bad.
Also, she has a Ratso Rizzo moment, and her car is broken and shitty. I wrote in my notes, if she pushes the car with her feet, it would be slightly less comical and cartoonish.
Right?
Yeah. Her car's not fancy like their luxury pickup truck with a gun rack back in Burleson,
exactly.
Texas.
I'm writing in my notes like, black people don't use crosswalks. Hilarious.
Yeah. No, and instead of a car, Queen Latifah has magpies with cigars that fly her around and her friends. It's great. So much fun. Great way to tour Boston.
I mean, and there's this like really like just I don't even understand how the makers of the film don't recognize how horribly racist and disgusting this fucking scene is, because they show up at Queen Latifah's car and Jennifer Garner looks at it like, oh, it's a cheap black person car. Ew. Like, I mean, it's just like...
Sorry, Negro. Negro. Sorry.
Negress? Is it Negress?
It's Negress.
Are you an
It is
octoroon?
Negress.
I don't know what... let me feel your
I
skull.
went to Sarah Lawrence.
I'll
It's
figure out
Negress.
what you are. Come here. You feel these two divots in the back of your head?
Oh, God. So like Jennifer Garner gets into this cheap black person car like she's going to catch the black or something. And then they drive around, and black people don't drive good either, apparently. So she takes her around to show him like where Tom Brady lives and whatnot.
Yeah. And by the way, she says, my boyfriend is Tom Brady, and she's a big deal. If your boyfriend is Tom Brady, trust me, he's cheating. Check his phone. Check the phone. Get a warrant and check the phone.
I saw him with a white chick. I'm just saying. So then they tour the aquarium, again, I guess to make 90 minutes.
For 9 hours. I wrote in my notes, if this movie wants to switch to being about fish, I'm okay with it. It's just like, ooh, fish. For 20 minutes, I'm just like, yeah, ooh, fish are great.
Yeah, right. It was like, yeah, this is the most entertaining part of this movie, is going through the fucking aquarium tunnel in Boston. And then they have their Ferris Bueller moment with the Monet painting.
Yeah, the Giverny. And I wrote, fuck you. The way Monet captured light isn't about you, sick little hit girl. You look at some Thomas Kincaid paintings. Those are about you. You get Thomas Kincaid. Fucking take Monet away from us grown-ups.
So while they're looking at that painting,
Norman Rockwell painting.
Yeah, right, exactly. You get a puppy and a dentist, bitch. So then they, as they're looking at the painting and having a spiritual moment or whatever, the doctor calls and says that a 7 a.m. appointment has opened up, and they're like, "It's a miracle," and we're like, "No, actually, a kid died of leukemia, so try to have some respect." But no, it was a miracle. God is lame at his miracling. And then we get to meet Dr. Nurko, who in any sane movie is the hero and the only real thing this movie is about. This guy, or the guy that this character is based on, is a fucking saint. I loved this fucking guy. I wanted his goddamn movie, not this movie about this fucking redneck family. Anyway, now, unfortunately, he kind of looked like Mark Ruffalo got left on the dashboard on a sunny day for too long or whatever. Wasn't the best looking guy.
Yeah, he looked like Antonio Banderas' less famous younger brother.
Right.
Kind of looked like Tony Stark, also combined with the game show host from Slumdog Millionaire.
I see that.
And the Taco Bell dog. All in equal amounts. And by the way, Eli, I feel like you once described someone, is this right? Did you once describe someone as being like if cilantro was a person? Am I remembering this correctly? Did you ever say that? Okay, well, either way, Dr. Nurko looks like if cilantro was a person.
Yes,
and I like cilantro. He's a delightful character. Yeah, does not taste like soap.
He's very, very, very nice. I wrote in my notes, this movie should be called Miracles from Narco, but it's not, so never mind.
Yeah, because fuck this movie.
Yeah, no, he looks like the host for Hunger Games Mexico City. Stanley Tucci.
Otherwise known as Mexico City.
Yeah, right. But he has excellent bedside manner, and he wears an Elmo tie, and that's all I'm looking for in a man.
And this is how we learn how great a doctor he is, or this is how we're supposed to learn anyway. He's showing her the pictures. You remember this part?
The little cartoon?
The cartoon, yeah. He says, see how these intestines on the left are cool, and see how your daughters on the right are all fucked up? That's the problem. That's why he's a great doctor.
Well, I have a little cartoon here that'll explain it to you, and I figure, okay, at a children's hospital that nice, they probably do have little cartoons that explain to it. But what the cartoon shows is just guts with lightning bolts on either side of them. And I'm like, you see your daughter has lightning bolts in her small intestines. That's never good.
Your circle
It's a
area
very
looks
specific episode of Schoolhouse Rock.
Right. So he recommends some cutting-edge medicine that might help her digest food, and I bet that was God, too. That was my note.
But the side effects are diarrhea and a heart attack, so, you gotta stick around.
Right. And then, so then we go home where we find mom and dad fighting about money over how the fuck they're going to afford to go back and forth to Boston so he can monitor her on this cutting-edge medicine. And of course, my suggestion was, how about retroactively not buying a fucking mansion when you don't have a steady paycheck? The house that they're living in is goddamn enormous. Also, does mom work? Did mom get a job? Because maybe that would help with money. Just a thought.
She's a mother.
Oh, I see. That's a job too.
She bothers doctors for a living.
Right. And she's quite good at it. But this is also where she admits that she doesn't have faith anymore. And I believe, yes, this is in all of our notes as well.
Yeah, she can't even pray anymore.
She can't even
so
pray.
Little faith, she can't just wish for stuff.
Yeah.
You can't do that anymore.
And again,
Tragic.
This movie is not like, oh, good, experiencing some real world shit has, woken her up to the follies of believing that a magical sky man will solve all your problems. But no, this is supposed to be little girl dying of stomach dying disease is one thing, but losing your faith?
Yeah.
So
now we cut over to the church and we see the pastor, and I wrote, oh no, the pastor has intestinal motility problems too. Oh no, he's just fat.
Yeah, so this is the scene, I guess, where the pastor tries to talk her back into going to church.
Also, quick tip, if you want your pastor to be sympathetic, maybe don't have a scene that focuses on his giant golden watch.
Right.
I found that super, super distracting during this scene.
Well, and then the pastor, too, he's like, yeah, I heard what those ladies said to you, and that was super mean of him. And I'm like, that's the same thing you had just finished preaching about, you dick.
Right. Also, this is a fantastic, again, Christian movie bingo, time to present problem of evil. And she's like, why is God doing this to my daughter? And his answer is literally, I don't have an answer for that.
Yes.
So I wrote, great, credits.
Who wants pizza?
I'm going to go see Deadpool. Kung Fu Panda 3, here we go.
Yeah. He's like, you must mean the problem of evil. Silly skeptic. This is not the apologetic you're looking for. And scene.
But there's still a God.
Right.
And obviously, to absorb that hefty theological blow, we'll need to take a couple minutes to rethink this whole atheism thing, so we'll pause for a quick break. But before we do, let me give Act 3 the hard sell. Will God elect to benevolently stop torturing Anna? Will medical science do all the work and get only a passing nod when the credit goes around? Why the fuck didn't I just go see Deadpool? Find out the answers to these questions and more when we return for the protracted conclusion of Miracles from Heaven.
Hi, I'm here to see the doctor.
Okay, what time is your appointment?
Oh, I don't actually have one.
Okay, well, office hours start at 7 a.m., and if you don't have an appointment, then...
No, you have to understand, my little girl is very sick. She has to take tryptomorphamam at 7-Eleven and at 4 p.m., and then she needs to get an IVB and an AGD.
Okay, I'm gonna stop you right there for a second. This is a doctor's office. Everyone here is sick. Your kid is sick, so are all the sick kids around you. Take a look around you. See anybody here selling Mary Kay? Did you hear what I said? Office hours start at 7. That means the doctor wakes up at 5 to get here and work. Usually starts a 12-hour day. If he's a world-renowned specialist, he doesn't take vacations. He doesn't actually get time off because all of his care is emergent care. He just comes here, heals the sick in the way that would put your schizophrenic Jew you give a pass to shame, eats whatever he can while walking between hallways, and then does it over and over and over again. And he does all of that while making sure to be nice and not too scary and not too mean and not to miss anything in the dozen patients he's juggling in his head. And since he's a specialist, they all have the exact same condition. And all of those patients waited. They waited for a little girl just like yours to die, because despite all our hard work, when you work with sick kids, what they do more often than not is fucking die.
Oh, you know what? Never mind. My little girl is better. Praise the Lord. Thank you, God. Miracles are everywhere.
I will kill her with a letter opener. We had one. It was nice.
From the makers of Heaven is for Real and Miracles from Heaven.
Mommy, I feel sick.
Don't worry, sugar. Mommy's gonna get you to the doctor.
Comes the real-life story.
I'm sorry, ma'am. Your daughter is dead.
What?
That happens all the time.
Well, fuck! Fuck you! Fuck my shitty kid, and fuck God! Fuck you right in your puckered, mysterious asshole!
Coming in summer of 2016... This Is What Usually Happens, the movie.
Yeah, you owe us a shit ton of money for, like, medical bills and stuff, and, like, child funeral coffin stuff.
Fuck!
And despite the voluntary nature of this podcast, we're back for more Miracles from Heaven, and we're going to open up with a quick Going to Boston Medical Center montage.
Yeah, I wrote in my notes, music to finger bang said 17-year-old girlfriend to.
I also love that the montage of shots includes like a shot of mom's empty seat at church. So apparently the church has assigned seating or whatever. There's just no one in that.
They have box seats. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. Oh, the montage also includes Queen Latifah giving Anna black people hair in case you didn't get enough racial stereotypes from her in the original Queen Latifah scene.
Also, just a little thing, but if you're the kind of person who watches these movies, who listens to us and then watches the movie with us, at 1 hour and 17 minutes into the movie, there's a stingray that very clearly is Jewish. That's all I can say. You watch the movie during this montage, there's just a little rabbinical stingray that's like, hello! Oh, you look sick. Are you seeing Narco? Yeah, Narco's good. Narco's good.
Completely missed that. I also love that. Okay, so this is an attempt, I guess, to pull at our redneck heartstrings. But they show a scene in here where Dad sold his motorcycle, and we're supposed to think, oh, wow, Dad had to get rid of his Harley. And I'm thinking, yeah, gee, what a terrible sacrifice for the well-being of your child, man with multiple other vehicles. Right. Are you fucking kidding me? That's like the first thing that goes when your kid gets sick, isn't it? But
or born, not a big deal.
Yeah. So then the montage basically ends on another scene of Dr. Nurko owing Patch Adams royalties at this point.
Yeah.
But he's telling the mom, like, maybe this isn't going quite as well as we thought it was. We're gonna have to do some more testing and shit, which is where we get the magical amulet scene that becomes pivotal.
Oh, I fucking hated this. I already hated this movie, and this scene made me hate this movie more than I already hated this fucking movie.
So they have to do this test, which means that Anna's going to have to take off her cross necklace, and she doesn't want to because Jesus. And so they're like, okay, well, what if we just put it right here, and then the magic Jesusness will drip down into the medicine that's actually helping you where Jesus is doing nothing. And she's like, yeah, I guess that'll work. And that's all a setup so that we can meet the little cancer girl in the bed next door, Haley. And her mom doesn't love Jesus enough because she's just going to regular die, I guess.
Right, yeah. Her mom left because she has cancer.
Yeah, right, yeah. But her dad doesn't love Jesus either, so.
Right, Christoph Waltz, 99-cent store, Christoph Waltz doesn't love Jesus enough, so she's going to die. But before that, we get a fantastic scene where Abby explains that she's like, why do you want your necklace? And she's like, because it means that Jesus is with me. And the little girl who is scared and dying of cancer says, do you think Jesus is with me? And she's like, oh, I'm sure he's with you. That's why he watched you get sick and lose your hair and be in pain. And if he was anyone else, we would have to use his own cruelty against him to properly punish him for his behavior. But we've given him special moral exemption, so it's totally fine. He's just sitting there watching this bald, scared, frightened, dying little girl, but I'm sure.
Well, and I'm just saying, like, if I'm selling Jesus, none of the kids in my movie have bone cancer. You have your option of how many bone cancer children to put in your own movie.
Right around the bone cancer. Yeah, there's a way to do it.
Yes, exactly. So, but then on the way out to go get her fucking test or whatever, she hands her cross to the little cancer girl and she says, here, Mom, I want Haley to be my religion.
Right.
Okay.
And the dad, by the way, so the dad takes her, Christoph Waltz, 99-cent store, Christoph Waltz, takes her outside and he's like, hey, listen, I'm sure that your cult is really helping you through this, but maybe don't change my daughter's religion while you and your daughter are in the same room. And she's like, oh, I'm sure she didn't mean anything by it. And she's like, well, she meant to change her religion. Like, it's not.
By the way,
super nice.
That was a brilliant communist accent there, Eli, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, Haley says to her, like, atheist dad, hey, Dad, I was thinking, considering the religion of science has completely failed us, can I please try out Jesus? Can I please try out Anna's Jesus? Anna was, she was telling me actually about Pascal's wager, it was called, and, sounds like I'd be stupid not to just, spread a few chips around, because
chips are on the table for me, Dad. You know what I'm saying? It's not just an intellectual exercise.
Yeah. But all I'm going to say is, okay, but when we get that scene, like, Haley's dad is incredibly reasonable with the mom. She's like, I know that's what you believe and everything, but maybe if you could have a talk with your daughter, I don't want to give my daughter false hope and yada, 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 make her think that magic is going to save her and shit. We're all trying to deal with something pretty tough. And of course, in the movie, we're supposed to look at that guy like, denying that child Jesus on her deathbed, you bastard.
Yeah, right. And this is actually, well, we're going to get to it. So, a pause. First, we've got a flashback to wherever the motherfuckers live, because older sister missed the soccer audition. And I wrote, who are these people? Were they in the movie?
Yeah, right. Well, I love that, too, that we're going to cut straight from, like, little girl is dying of cancer to, oh, and this little girl didn't go to the soccer tryouts. Like, I mean, I can't somehow give a shit at this point. Like, there's something about the contrast there that I don't give a fuck about.
Yeah, was this written into the contract? The older sister was like, I just feel like my plight needs to be represented as well. Seriously, I gave up pizza for like a month. Or I don't know how long she was sick for.
And so then we go back to Boston where we find out that Anna is tired of dying and she wants to go to heaven. To which I wrote, more good reasons not to give your kid God.
Right. This is a really good, and this is the thing. This message is actually really smart. It's because the dying kid thing is something that you think is an oh, of course moment. Would it be okay to tell my dying kid about religion or let my dying something be? No, because this child now thinks that it gets to go to heaven. It doesn't understand death. You've just lied to it about it not being in pain anymore. It's scared, so it's not going to fight as hard. It no longer wants to live.
Right.
And if you hadn't set up this false dichotomy between living and Magic Princess Castle Land, it wouldn't make that choice.
Yeah.
Of course it wants to die. You haven't talked about the magnitude of death because it thinks it just wakes up in fucking Disneyland.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm writing in this in my notes like, I'm with the kid though. I want her to die too. I am crazy bored. There's another showing of Deadpool in like 30 minutes.
Right.
I can make it. I can make it.
Yeah, so the daughter's saying to the mom, like, hey, listen, I had this idea, and just hear me all the way out before you respond. If you stop giving me medicine, hear me out, stop, I'll die right away and go to heaven. Hear me out. It's just like we were talking about in the books of the church, everything.
Well, and the mom is just like, because of course she's at a loss here, because what she has to then say is, but I would miss you. And it's just like, I'm being tortured, Mom. So if you accept the actual Christian worldview here, Mom's like, well, but I want you to be tortured because I'd miss you if you weren't tortured.
Why didn't you miscarry me? The fuck?
Did that with those other two kids.
Also, I just want to say that at this point, the movie really lost focus on the plight of the lactose intolerant. So, like, it's fine. But, like, I just want to say, like, we have real issues.
Still waiting for that movie. And then we go to Dad at the airport, where he's trying to get the whole family to Boston. But damn it, if all his credit cards are declined, and I'm thinking. And they keep he's like, well, try this credit card, try this credit. And I'm like, why does a guy with no money have 3 credit cards? Maybe this is the problem.
Right. And all the extras behind him in airplane line were really trying to get their under 5 SAG credit, because everyone behind him in line is like, come on, rah, you're taking another credit card. Oh, I have to go on a flight. I'm a flyer, flight. It's just the craziest extra background noise.
And this is a thing that happened in, I believe, 2011. Who the fuck buys their ticket at the airport? I don't know that I wouldn't even know where to go to buy a ticket at the airport.
Peasants. That's peasants.
Fucking people from Texas.
Right. So he can't afford to pay, and the cashier guy at the airport all of a sudden finds out that his computer system went down, and then
and now they can get tickets.
Like, if the computer system goes down at the airport, it just becomes honor system on tickets. Like, the cashier just writes, like, real tickets on an index card. These are real tickets, crayon index card. It's fine. You pay us. We trust you.
Eventually, yeah. So, and of course, that's a miracle. Another very lame miracle from God. The system goes down so they can overdraw their account by $1,200.
Yeah.
So then we go back to Boston, where we learn that once again that Anna's being a real bitch about dying.
Real bitch. And she's like, you need a shower. And she's like, I don't want to take a shower.
Yeah.
And that's when Dad calls, because she doesn't know he's there. And he's like, you stink. And she's like, how do you know I need a shower? And I wrote the Eli Bosnick story.
So he goes, because I'm right outside. And they all run in and have a happiness fight over top of her.
Pillow fight.
Yeah.
And I wrote, pillow fight with children? Guys, cut it out. I just came at the vomiting scene. I'm not using my second slushie.
Oh, this is another one of those times that I had my notes. I had Jennifer Garner and Queen Latifah having a pillow fight, and it was awesome. I forgot to cross another one out.
Did you let Heath fall asleep during the movie?
I was not asleep. I was straight up hard awake.
Yeah. So then they release her from the hospital so she can go home and die. And, the doctor gives her this line. He's like, right now, family is the best medicine. Also, this giant pack of pills I'm sending you home with.
I wrote, her family and this swath of drugs are the best medicine.
Right. So then they go back home, and the older sister talks Anna into climbing a tree with her. And I wrote, oh, thank God they're climbing the tree. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there.
We all wrote, oh, thank God the tree.
Oh, we did too, didn't we?
Oh, good, it's the tree. Oh, thank God, it's the tree. Good. I was about to hit this little girl with my car myself, just to be like, great, you better now? No? Movie's over.
The rest of us are better. You had to go for the sake of the team there. So now, okay, so this is the part where she falls from the tree. And I gotta admit, I wasn't expecting her to fall into the tree.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah.
So they climb up this tree, Anna and the older sister, and all of a sudden the tree, the branch they're on starts to crack, and immediately it becomes extremely loud up on this branch with these two girls. It's like engine turbines going past them, and the little sister's like, what? Dive head first towards the knot in the tree. If you say so, this perforated knot in the side of the tree. All right. And she does.
Yes. And then she falls headfirst 30 feet into the tree. And I mean, honestly, you know, I was thinking at that point, I'm like, that was really a smart move by the big sister. You know, just kill her off in a way that's going to get it over quick, break her fucking neck. It's the least cruel thing that we could do. Dying with dignity.
Crazy billionaire money. We remake this movie and Dad comes out and he goes, good, sealed it up. Sealed it up.
That bitch was
Everyone
costing
can
me
have
a
pizza
fortune.
again. Yay!
Yeah, right.
Reddit.
But instead, the emergency vehicles show up to pull her out. And I thought at that point, I'm like, holy shit, has a lot of tax money been allocated to their bad parenting?
Yeah, Dad's a lot like Atticus Finch, by the way. I just realized that. A lot like Atticus Finch. Very similar story.
Well, in the second one,
Great
anyway.
Hero. Yep.
Yeah. So, and then as the fucking firefighters are trying to figure out how to get her out of the tree and everything, the family gathers around to pray for it because apparently the EMTs and shit needed their help.
Yeah. Yes, I find the best and most reliable processes are the ones you sob when you think your child is dead.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Yeah. And then the firefighters and EMTs are like, hey guys, can you do your prayer Congo line to hot, 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 like anywhere else besides right in our way? You're right. You're on the tree. You're surrounding the tree.
Yeah, we kind of need to get right there. Also, a reporter shows up because this is big news, and basically he says, like, we're live at the house. Pretty sure the kid's dead in there. How about, what do you think, Mom? You think the kid's dead?
He is 1.5 foot from Jennifer Gardner, and he's like, she's certainly dead. Dead, suffering, and burning in hell. Jennifer Garner, what do you think? And she's doing the a grenade just exploded thing that happens in so many movies. We're like, wee, wee, wee.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, but finally they managed to pull her out of the tree in full Jesus pose, by the way.
Yeah. We're gonna drill holes through her hands to run the ropes, and then it's perfect. Oh no, she's already got him. Just have her run him through right there.
Yeah. There you go.
Maybe the ankles.
So then we cut to a different hospital because we just haven't had enough hospitals in this movie, where the doctor comes out and he says, I don't know how to tell you this, but she's fine.
Yeah, way to bury the lead, shit kicker. I'm so sorry to tell you this, but she didn't make it to the room where people are sick. Yeah! Steve, you gotta stop doing that. We're being sued by like 8 people.
Let him finish.
I'm gonna doctor the way I doctor. I'm gonna doctor the way I doctor.
So he says like, yeah, she didn't even get bruised, which is stupid because we could see the bruises on her.
Right. He says, I've never seen someone fall and be okay in my 25 years of being a doctor. And I was like, really? 25 years? You've never seen someone fall and be okay? Maybe they fell and were okay and you didn't see them.
Right. Yes. Maybe they didn't go to the doctor because they were okay, you dumbass.
Yeah. And why add the bruises thing? Like, God heals deadly illnesses, traumatic head injuries, and also mild bruising? Like that was going to clinch this for us?
Yeah. So they send her home, and now she's doing just fine. She doesn't even need her pain medicine anymore. She's running around and playing soccer like there was never any stomach dying disease at all.
Yeah,
and her stomach's no longer all swelled up because she's been doing weighted abs.
Yeah,
you got to do weighted abs. She knows you can't just do sit-ups and push-ups. You got to really
that just bulks it up. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's a muscle. Yeah, it's a muscle.
Yeah.
It's a muscle.
Yeah. And Anna had an experience, so she's a passive-aggressive spiritual bitch now.
Oh my God!
And
okay,
everything she says is like a Deepak Chopra answer through this whole scene. Like,
right.
When you realize that Jesus is a circle, everybody hates you. Everybody get cancer. God.
Well, and she goes, he told me I'd be fine. And Mom goes, who? And I wanted so bad for her to go, Allah. And she's like, fuck, we've really got to rethink some shit. Damn it.
No, honey, you just hit your head. Don't worry about
right.
it.
It was just a dream.
Play,
it was
honey.
just a dream.
It was Poseidon.
If she doesn't have a vision of the black guy from Jessica Jones with 2 tongues, I call bullshit.
Also, I love that Mom like just takes her head trauma coma dream at face value as a thing. Like, Mom, you know that she just fell on her fucking head. Like, if she'd said, like, I fought with woolly mammoths, she wouldn't be like, woolly mammoths? Why, how many of them?
Are they still in there?
Right. But the fact that she says that she went to heaven, Mom's buying it entirely, which is where we get the little flashback to little girl heaven, which is all pink and butterflies.
Right, and the water is Monet's version of water.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
clouds. And God's a mentalist.
Yeah,
She does some psychic talking to God.
Yeah, well, right, yeah. Mom's actual reaction to the movie, she goes, "Honey, you spoke to God?" And the daughter's like, "Well, you couldn't hear him and he couldn't hear me, but I knew what he was saying." It's like, wow, it's bullshit even for a dream.
Yeah.
And of course, Mom goes, "Well, honey, not everyone's going to believe the brain trauma dream you had was a literal true event." And she's like, "Yeah, fuck them. Haters going to hate."
Yeah, exactly. They'll get there when they get there.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, what about what about the parents of the kids who died? When are their parents going to get there, Aunt Jemima? Fucking, did God know what card you were thinking of? Also, I just want to throw this out there. 2 I Go to Heaven movies, 3 visions of heaven in cinema that I've seen so far. No one yet has been as good as Bill and Ted's Bogus Adventure.
Right.
So I'm just saying, the bar still remains at Bill and Ted's Bogus Adventure.
It was Bogus
Not a
Journey,
movie,
by the way.
but-
Bogus Journey.
Yeah. No, I'm now kind of half buddies with the guy who wrote it. So yeah, we gotta make sure that we're accurate there. So then she takes him back to Dr. Nurko, and Dr. Nurko doesn't know what happened. Therefore, God.
Right.
And he says, doctors say spontaneous remission. That's our phrase to explain the unexplainable.
That's what the doctor says.
But God is only 3 letters, so, Occam's razor.
Way shorter than spontaneous remission.
I'm a doctor, but I don't really believe in this science.
So the doctor can't explain what happened. It must have been a miracle from heaven. So Mom runs out and hugs all the extras and bit actors from the movie.
She celebrates in a waiting room full of dying children and their parents. She's dancing on the table in the middle of this waiting room. It's
my kid's
disgusting.
fine. How's your kid doing? Still got cancer. Yeah.
How's white cells doing?
Yeah.
See, I told
she
you.
spikes a kid. No, really, this helps.
What religion are you, huh?
Yeah.
Catholic. That's what did it.
Also, can we point out how incredibly irresponsible it is for Dr. Nurko to be like, because he has the thing at the beginning of the movie, he wears the Elmo tie, and he can only not wear the Elmo tie when his patient gets better.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's like, "What do you think?" And he takes off the tie and gives it to her like, "Oh, she's better." That's incredibly irresponsible. This kid's been okay for like a month and a half.
Not even.
No way to know that she's not going to get worse again.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
She going to come back and hand you your tie? Here you go, motherfucker. Yeah, probably should have waited. Sorry about that. We actually call it spontaneous remission because the symptoms remitted spontaneously. You didn't let me finish.
We didn't just pick 2 random words
Put
or
this
anything.
fucking
there.
tie back on and rape my nose again. Let's go.
So, and we also get the saying goodbye to Queen Latifah at the airport scene, to which I just wrote, why the fuck was this character in the movie? Which is what I wrote every time she was there.
Aunt Angela. Great. I already have a cavity. I don't need another.
We do get a final racist moment, though, so that was nice. The little girl's like, I noticed this doll looks just like you people. I'd like you to have it. Yeah. And it's this horribly it's like a voodoo doll of a black person made by a Trump voter. It's terrible.
I got me an Obama doll.
Yeah, exactly. So,
my scene cuts away.
I had in my notes, I was like, can I call you Aunt, whatever your name is? Because we kind of feel like the old lady in the front row, right in front of Noah, has 2 more unused tissues in her purse, and, we don't want her to waste anything there.
She's going to have to start using butterscotch wrappers.
Unwrapping Werther's originals just for this case. And now, in all the news stories locally, they're talking about how this little girl fell into a tree and got cured. An atheist dad with the cancer daughter from earlier sees the news reports because apparently this is national news. And, he realizes that if he'd loved Jesus, God wouldn't have murdered his daughter with bone cancer. So he has that moment.
Yeah. And we cut to the church where she's going to give her miracles speech.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I thought to myself, oh, good. She's going to give a speech, and then we'll hear from the 800 million other mothers whose children just died, and God didn't send a butterfly to.
Right. Yeah.
But her speech is basically, Albert Einstein believed in miracles.
Oh, fuck you with the Einstein. Are you kidding me?
Can we spend a second on, so the Einstein, she says, Einstein said there are 2 ways to live your life. One, as though everything's a miracle, or as though nothing is. Now, first of all, That's quoting Einstein the way David Barton quotes Jefferson. If Einstein said that, he said it in 1993, because that's the first fucking time it was ever attributed to Einstein. That's a fatally flawed bullshit dichotomy. Does that sound like something that Einstein would say? That's obviously untrue on its fucking face. But even if he did say that, I would imagine that would be his way of saying, yeah, but miracles aren't really a thing anyway.
You got to believe that E equals MC squared.
Yes,
no, you don't.
Take it off.
Doesn't matter what you believe.
God doesn't play dice with the universe, guys.
Morality is subject to relativity. Wait, hold on. This fucks up the whole movie. Cut right there. Cut right there. Now we start again.
Yeah, I wrote down here, and I'll admit I had to look it up, but I wrote, if you want to quote Einstein in a sermon, here's a good one for you. I cannot imagine a God who rewards and punishes the object of his creation, whose purposes are modeled after our own. A God short who is but a reflection of human frailty. Neither can I believe that the individual survives the death of his body, although feeble souls harbor such thoughts through fear or ridiculous egotisms. That's a real Einstein quote for you, lady.
You gotta do it in a communist accent.
Oh, yeah, right. I gotta try that one more time. I can't even imagine a God. Yes. Anywho, so, and then we get the reveal where it actually shows all of the quote-unquote miracles we saw in the movie, and they turned out to be just people doing shit.
These are not miracles. These are people doing real things. These people are literally being good without God. This is a human. The reveal is a humanism commercial.
Right. Like the one is that when they had to take the daughter to the ER, they had to call her friend to come over and watch the fucking kids while they were at the ER. And gee, wouldn't you know it, that lady had to bring her baby with her, but didn't tell them that she had to bring the baby. So whatever. And the guy, the airport thing.
Oh my God!
He shut off the computer. No,
it was him the entire time.
It was even dumber than we thought. The guy just turned off his monitor. That's nothing. That's like a bank manager turning off his desk lamp and handing you $1,200 cash because money doesn't count in the dark. Like, are you kidding me?
It was so fucking stupid. And yeah, they're like, oh yeah, it wasn't God that got her that 7 a.m. appointment with the doctor. It was that fucking receptionist that you berated like a horrible bitch for 15 minutes and didn't want you coming back.
Right. So for the record, miracles are human kindness, medicine, human kindness, spontaneous remission.
Reset the router for 10 seconds. The other miracle. Yeah.
I mean, what was the message of this? I already know that there's not a God. Why would you tell me that? Anyway, so yeah, the miracles are fully explicable things that we know the cause for and aren't divine. That's the message of the movie. And then, of course, for the third time in this film, the problem of evil comes up. You know, she's like, I don't know why my little girl lived when so many others die. It's almost like the whole world is governed by impersonal natural laws or something. But it's not.
Fuck those other kids.
Yeah.
And then, in an absolutely crazy moment, the mean lady from earlier, it's Q&A, just goes, how do we know your daughter was sick?
Yes.
People will say.
Well, and I love how they have to, the movie is, very clearly saying, if you doubt this, you're the same bitch that came up to the girl earlier and said that her sins were keeping the daughter from getting better. That's you. Right. You sound like this.
But so does the rest of the audience, because they're like, yeah, it does sound crazy. Doubtful, skeptical.
But it's okay because 99-cent store Christoph Waltz comes to her record, and this is how he comes to her rescue. He says, my daughter died, quote, she suffered a great deal, end quote.
Yeah. All right, I'm already buying the God bit.
His conclusion to that is thank you so much for lying to my daughter, not how come she didn't get a butterfly.
Right. Well, and then he's going she was suffering for a very, 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 very long time. But once Haley got that cross from Anna, she really enjoyed dying. She was quite fond of it once she was on board with Jesus. So
those last 2 weeks before dying at age 8. Yeah, it was awesome.
Thank you for lying to my child. At least make up a good lie.
Right.
Hey, when you die, you turn into a robot ninja that refuels by fucking Megyn Kelly. All right, I get it. Fucking walk around Monet's paintings.
That's my new heaven.
Don't you try to what dreams may come me.
Yeah, and so also, I feel like this monologue from the atheist with a dead daughter only exists so that the mom who wrote this can feel less guilty about exploiting her daughter's illness.
Sure.
And then the movie admits that they have all the reasons in the world to just make this shit up. And then we get the slow clap.
Oh, right. Are you kidding me?
Oh, dear God, the atheist dad with the dead daughter who says, now I believe in Jesus because he killed my kid, gets a slow clap from the church.
We're going to sing Old Lang Syne now? What the fuck's happening?
Right.
Slow clap.
They cut to them eating pizza.
So yeah, everybody's fine now. They can once again eat pizza because she's healed. And they open up the fucking pizza, and I thought I was gonna vomit. It almost gave me pseudo-obstruction motility disorder. It looks so disgusting. I'm like, did you just put fucking Heinz ketchup on some bread there?
This pizza looks like it came from an Easy Bake oven.
Oh, it's like,
terrible.
I looked at that pizza and I'm like, oh God, if I was that little girl, I'd have wanted to just have died.
Yeah, this looks like rejected Lunchables.
Like, I can see why you're eating, like why you were getting fucking bowel disorders by eating that kind of shit. I mean, okay, look, I'm sorry. I gotta focus on this for just a second because I used to manage a couple of pizza places back in my youth, and this is the pizza that I would use as the example. I'm like, if you fuck things up bad enough, people, you will send human beings this.
Don't make only Tom and Cecil will eat this. Look how bad this is. Nobody else in the world would eat this.
See, now that earned a slow clap right there.
Yeah.
And then we cut to
it's called a lasagna, Tom. It's called a lasagna. Just have a lasagna if you want a lasagna. Don't give it a crust and call it a pizza.
If you're eating it with a spoon, it's not a fucking pizza,
That's gazpacho now.
Yeah, exactly. And then we get this great little moment where we get to meet the real family that this is based on.
This almost won me back to loving the movie because the whole family is fat. They're just the regular people, but they're fat.
I'm guessing the distended belly thing was a lot less impactful in real life. I get the. Yeah. I too would have no idea that my intestines stopped working just by looking at my stomach. I would have.
Well, I also have
warning.
a sneaking suspicion that missing the all-star soccer tryouts for the oldest daughter was probably just saving her some embarrassment too. But
apparently, those motherfuckers wanted me to run. Jesus, they didn't even let me. I bought McDonald's. They didn't let me bring it on the field. They were like, no food or drink on the field. That's bullshit.
But
I play bass clarinet.
Well, and that begs the question though, is like, why didn't they just use fat actors? I mean, like it always blows me away. Like in Monster, right? They need a horribly ugly woman, so they hire Charlize Theron and make her look horribly ugly for the part. Like, just use fat kid actors. They're looking for work. We're not gonna be looking at this fucking little girl through this movie and saying, yeah, I mean, she's got stomach dying disease, but I don't think she's gonna be all that fuckable later anyway.
They probably cast the real family, and then the pizza giving away scene didn't work, and they're just like, all right. Nobody's doing it. No, it's in the script, guys. It's just you can have it after we say cut. You can have it. It's not real that you're promising.
I'll
you're
stab
actors.
all of you
guys are actors.
And then it all closes off. And all right, so when I got home, I looked up this story, okay? Because I wanted to see if anybody had done a skeptical treatment of it or whatever, and no one had. As a matter of fact, there were no contemporary news articles about this whatsoever that mentioned anything about her having had a stomach disorder and then not having the stomach disorder afterwards. The only things that the fucking news items, the local news items said at the time was, little girl falls out of a tree and doesn't get hurt. Hooray, right? That was it. Right. But I also went ahead and Googled, and I don't want to come off as a Google MD here, but from as near as I can tell, pseudo-obstruction motility disorder is it's a disorder that you generally recover from. Okay, it is, the fact that it went away is in zero need of explanation. That would be like going well, how did those chicken pox suddenly go away then? I mean, this is not a disease that is there is a chronic version of this disease, but it generally shows up at birth. Usually, if somebody gets this, they then get better when because it's a secondary infection or something, or it's it's a response to a drug that they took or something like that. There is no mystery here whatsoever. The little girl, the disease ran its course.
Yeah, this is like hitting your head and saving your baby teeth with it. Yeah. Now they stay forever. Okay, what?
Also, and if you think about it, okay, so because we saw the girl and she's rolling around on the hospital bed, all sick and everything. Wouldn't you think that if that girl was climbing a tree, that might be because she was already starting to feel a little better? I mean, when you think that the disease was already easing off. Yeah, right.
Not important.
And also, like, I mean, the movie repeatedly points out that the family was broke even before the illness, that they were desperately in need of money. And let's see, about a year before this happened, The Boy Who Went to Heaven became a New York Times bestseller. Heaven is for Real was a New York Times bestseller. I wonder where she got the idea. And
yeah, if you guys think if Anna slips and falls and hits her head, I'm not instantly going to turn into a Christian podcaster, you're wrong. You're wrong.
Also,
I found Jesus tomorrow.
I mean, I also find it interesting that, like, because I watched some interviews with the real Christy Beam that Jennifer Garner's character is based on, and in the interviews, like, the way that she, like, tries to bolster the claims of this being a miracle is by telling people about the details that she saw, that the daughter saw when she went to heaven. You know, like, she met her dead sister, like the kid from Heaven is for Real met her fucking miscarriage sister, and described what Jesus looked like or whatever, and it sat on Jesus' lap. It's almost exactly the same fucking story that the Heaven is for Real kid.
Did she run into the Heaven is for Real kid there? Was it awkward? And he was like, are you going to write a book too? Yeah, I'm going to write a book
my mom isn't going to make a lot of money off of it, and you know, then maybe even a movie. And yeah, so, like, yeah, exactly, this entire movie is based on the recollections of an unconscious 8-year-old girl with head trauma. But I also want to point out that, like, the story is actually a little worse. A couple interesting and kind of unrelated notes here. Okay, first of all, in real life, the family waited 2 hours after that little girl fell into the fucking tree before they called 911.
And no one will ever convince me that's not because they didn't stand around the tree for an hour and a half going,
come on, Jesus.
I mean, we leave her in there. We leave her in there, right? Like, come on.
Do we really, I mean, you know,
we could all just go back inside the house right now.
Have pizza and everything. Or that they spent 2 hours wishing to Jesus or something. Also, in real life, Anna was fully conscious during the rescue. She even tied her own safety harness because none of the grown-ups could fit through. Also, according to multiple stories, the dad immediately after this promised to cut the fucking tree down because it was such a hazard and so many kids were getting hurt on this fucking tree. But as we learned in the movie, he didn't. It eventually just fell down in a storm and probably could have hurt somebody then. And also, again, in no contemporary article about this was Anna's medical condition or miraculous recovery mentioned. That doesn't show up until 2015 when Christy Beam is running around doing her fucking book tour. So, at any rate, I just, like, the more I learned about that, the more the whole concept pissed me off, because people are going to walk out of this movie going like, well, what about that case of that girl in Texas who had that uncurable fatal disease? No, she didn't. She didn't. I don't want to diminish what the little girl went through. This is a very, very difficult disease to go through, and the tubal feeding is really, really fucking rough, and she had to take a lot of drugs and shit, and she was obviously in great pain several times and everything. But the fact that the mother's using that to fucking make her living, like exploiting that illness and all the shit that her daughter went through, to not only make her fucking living by selling a book, but also by selling her fucking religion, that's a horrible bitch thing to do.
She should get that real atheist dad to just go around and, like, shill at book tours for her and pop up in the audience. No, it's real.
I believe her.
It's true.
And I'm an atheist. Yeah. Fuck this movie. And well, that does it for our review of Miracles from Heaven. That's not going to quite do it for the episode just yet, because we still need to leave you all tingly for next week's show. So, Eli, tell us what's on deck.
Mercy Rule.
Oh, my God.
One step closer to completing Kirk Cameron's filmography.
Yeah, this is a Kirk Cameron Little League baseball movie.
I bet they sports real well.
I bet they sports all the sports. And by the way, the preview for this, look up the preview for this on YouTube, because the preview for this is opened and end capped with Kirk Cameron being like, I loved making this movie, and the best part was I got to play husband and wife with my real wife. She had to kiss me and I didn't have to tie her up or anything. Sorry, no, we gotta put that.
And it actually started raining in the middle of his little bump video. It was fantastic. Yeah. We're keeping it right. Yeah, we're just whatever. Just it doesn't.
I love it.
Terrible.
And also he's telling you who's in the fucking movie, and he's like, you know what? It's so fucking good. I can't do it justice. I'm just going to play you a quick clip of who's in the movie.
And guess who else is in it? Boss Rutan from Here Comes the Boom. You know, Twisty. He plays the coach. And comedian Tim Hawkins, you know, the Chick-fil-A song guy. This is his very first feature film, and he plays my brother. How great is that?
And I should point out, he does a little hand motion with that. He does a little like shaking a fucking thing by his head.
The twisty.
Yeah, twisty. So there's a mime there. You have to watch that fucking preview.
And by the way, I was very excited. They actually did, based on the preview anyway, get some real baseball players for this. Like there was baseball being played by people who had played it before, but I'm pretty sure I saw 2 base runners going in opposite directions.
Yes, you did. You did.
Which, it might actually happen in real baseball for like a second once in a while on like a double play, but not a great sign. Not a great sign.
No.
Tag, you're in.
Well, also, they were having a lot of fun with the super slow in the preview. Like, there's one shot where it's just a kid throwing a baseball in super slow motion, but he's not throwing it at anything. It's just like he's throwing a baseball across the yard.
Yeah, I thought he was throwing it at a girl's face in the preview because there's like a shot of a girl watching, and I was like, is he going to hit her in the face with a baseball?
Yeah, but that would have required something to happen. So yeah, basically the preview is just like fucking Kirk Cameron giving his version of the Al Capone speech from The Untouchables and interspersed with like weird like vacation movie level montages of kids playing baseball. This should be a blast.
Oh, I can't wait.
So with all that to look forward to, we'll bring episode 31 to a merciful close. Once again, huge thanks to all the Patreon donors that help make the show go. If you'd like to count yourself among their ranks, you can make a per-episode donation at patreon.com/godawful and thereby earn early access to every episode. You can also help us out a ton by leaving us a 5-star review on iTunes and by sharing the show on all your various social media platforms. And if you enjoy the show, be sure to check out our sibling shows, The Scathing Atheist and The Skeptocrat, which are available on iTunes, Stitcher, and wherever else podcasts live. If you have questions, comments, or cinematic suggestions, you can email godawfulmovies@gmail.com. All the music used in this episode was written and performed by Ryan Slotnick of Evil Giraffes on Mars and was used with permission. If you like what you hear more by following links on the show notes to this episode. Thanks again for giving us a chunk of your life this week. For Heath Enwright and Eli Bosnick, I'm Noah Lugeons, promising to work hard to earn another chunk next week. Until then, we'll leave you with the Breakfast Club close.
Wow. Tom Brady went on to be found guilty of way more cheating than we thought, which pretty much invalidated the entire New England Patriots dynasty of the last decade and a half.
It's a miracle.
Fuck you, Boston.
God continued to murder 14 children a minute because he only has so many butterflies.
Anna's sister later died when she tried to heal her broken ankle by jumping headfirst down a tree that was 3 stories tall.
It's the message of this stupid fucking movie anyway.
Yeah, seriously, like, I don't know how many tongues he has, but like, sometimes it was in between his tits and sometimes it was in his mouth, but it was just like a wet, sloppy vessel of pleasure.
Okay.
I knew there was no fucking way he was going to make it.
Okay, honey, maybe. All right.
I should have just taken a video of he trying to hold it together while you were going through that shit. When you fucked up and had to do it.
And then you started over.
Yeah, I was like, there's no way he's going to make it.
Welcome to Mafia, a new podcast telling stories of America's criminal underworld.
Gotti assumed the position of head of the Gambino family.
And using the name Donnie Brasco, I was able to infiltrate the Bonanno crime family in New York City.
Bugsy Siegel is an American mob legend.
One man changed the whole texture and landscape of crime in America.
Listen to Mafia every Wednesday on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your favorite shows.